Why a man like him, yeah, a well-known physician and all, would choose to work here?
It's rare Lady Luck smiles down on us here.
I just don't know.
Best not to question reasons why. Aye, but sometimes the price is too high. And there's always a price.
Welcome back. I'm Ash Strong with Midlife Gamers. This is Vampyr. We're nearing the end of the game, but we gotta save my boy, fucking Swansea. So, let's go the long way around. Because it's not actually that far. It's like right over there. But there's a fight going on here. Hey! Show me how you defeated No! You got me with the shadow, boy, huh? Ooh. This is getting tense. There we go. Get him in that corner. Hey, 100-some bucks. Mucho gracias, señore. That's an intense fight. Oh, we're going back to the theater, which means I can also do this other quest. So that's exciting. Look at everyone fighting. So many groups. It's a little hypocritical too that I just kill. Whoever too. But you know, I could have killed him. I guess he was kind of saying he was justifying the murder of them anyways, kind of thing. I don't know what John thinks. I don't know what he's all about. Stupid. Calm down. You're mine. Aha! This is not. Hey, big guy, can you calm down? Calm down, please. Thank you. Did I ever open this gate? I hope it did. Please tell me it did. I did. That's cool. To the theater. It's a very detailed, like, open world map too. Like, yeah, I'm not going up high and I'm not like looking a lot of stuff, but it's pretty condensed for the size, you know. This is where I start praising the game because I'm enjoying myself. Hey, bud. Hey, bud. You got my friend in there. I kind of need him. If you don't need, Alright, let's go in here. This is where you want me. But it's, you know what it is. It's a fucking loading screen.
This theater after they invaded.
Oops.
They must be holding Edgar here in their new headquarters.
You heard the man. New headquarters. So, let's see. Let's see, let's see, let's see. Ooh. Rivets. Shall you? Hey, bud. Sorry, bud. Sorry, budola. So much more stuff here. I'm feeling this change, boy. Oh! McCullen's report. I just finished reading Doris Fletcher's journal. As painful and dreadful as it is, my God, the woman planned to see everyone in London afflicted by infecting all who would come to her next play. It helped me understand greatly what is going on. Doris Fletcher's real name was Doris Jones. She was the daughter of some Harriet Jones, who had been treated as a patient for a long time at the Pembroke Hospital. She clearly hated her mother, but used her fame and notoriety to see her while visiting the poor and sick in the East End. I don't know exactly what happened then, but this is how her mother infected her before returning to the theater, and how she turned into that monstrosity that the leech known as Jonathan Reed finally defeated. The presence of that vampire in the same hospital where Harriet Jones was treated can't be a coincidence. I was convinced he is deeply involved with all the vampire plague going on in London right now. I am also convinced Swansea is his accomplice, and that those two are planning something more terrifying than anything the Guard has ever faced. Maybe I should take some time to read it in the old books and manuscripts of the Guard still possesses to get some answers. It may prove useful. In the meantime, I better send some patrols to investigate about what is occurring at the Pembroke Hospital. 1 second as I unparch myself. It took me 2 days to parse through the dusty registries, registers, and books we keep in the vault. God, I hate losing time like this. The search did prove fruitful for once. I found 2 pages that could be related to our present situation in a copy of William Marshall's Memoirs. I took them with me to read more carefully. The creature Marshall says he fought in 1666. This disaster that aimed to destroy London is very similar to what happened with Doris Fletcher. Disease, infection, hate of the living, a desire to see the city ransacked. I have no doubt now that the bloody old leech of William Marshall is behind all this, and that he is is back, and this could be our greatest accomplishment. If the Guard could at least find and destroy that old bastard, I believe what Marshall did in 1666 is exactly what Reed is now trying to do. Did the creature, the disaster, escape their will? Is it why Marshall destroyed him in 1666? Reed did the same with Doris Fletcher before she became such a creature. I don't know, but those two are clearly working together, and Swansea is helping me. I will immediately give orders to have him arrested and interrogated. As for Reed, I will destroy that evil beast myself. Then we'll deal with William Marshall and this disaster thing. Pyrwin will prevail once and all. Is William Marshall my fucking
Doris
maker?
Fletcher was about to become a disaster. I'm getting close to having all the evidence.
A disaster. Oh, what's this? Is this where I want? Oh. This is where they want me to go. What about this door? See, this one didn't have a thing, so let me check around this fucking theater. Oh! You spooked me. I got spooked.
Fear no evil. We do the Lord's work here.
Do we? Do we do the good Lord's work?
It's too quiet. I don't like it.
I don't like it. It's too quiet. People are dead. Alright, so Harriet, who is a scowl, who's getting better but is like crazy eviling, super evil, I guess. Because she's like, for one, she was always negative. She always hated everyone. She didn't like anybody. And old Bridget did mention that she's like, her mind's twisted. So that could be her just being crazy and evil.
I have
Her daughter became a disaster. A disaster being a highly infectious super scowl,
Get them weapons ready.
I think. Die, vermin. Die, vermin. Die. Hello? Alright, there's no one down there. Alright. Oh, yes.
Don't forget to check every door.
I am checking every door.
Over there. There's one of them.
Sorry, bud. What about this door? No. Alright, downstairs it is. Okie dokie. It's cool that there's like a special like subgenre of scowl, I guess. Of natural vampirism. Like, unless you're a true ancient, like, your blood is so diluted, or is diluting every time you pass, like they pass it on. My kin would probably be like Redgreave level, where they might be able to make scowls, or they like, there's a chance the ones they make become scowls, like that kind of thing. But okay. Learned a lot. Okay, going deeper. Hello? Hello? I don't, is this boot? No, that's a bad room. Oh. Shotgun shells. Hello? Cheers. Oh, hey. Snap. Sorry, bud. Do I go in this room? Hello? Is there a note here? Oh, there is a note here. Alright, William Marshall's Memoirs. Give me 1 second. The Brotherhood of St. Paul Stole finally agreed to meet me in London. They proposed to meet inside the new Cathedral of St. Paul. I like the wit and solemnity of these men. What a symbol to choose the place where I defeated this disaster, but also the place where I fell. I agreed to their proposition. There, in the sacred silence of the church and under the eye of God, they respectfully listened to me. They acknowledged my victory against the evil creature, the Deus Astro, the eater of stars, who only wished to spread death and pestilence all around her. Since they acknowledged my will to save London in 1666, they heard my request, my burning desire to stop the blood of hate. Their primate promised to come back with me with an answer. The primate of St. Paul wrote back to me with just a name, the Tear of Angels. According to him, this ancient artifact could heal anything, cleanse any blackened soul, and purify my blood. Blessed be the Lord. It took me more than 100 years to find a cure for the blood of hate, but I may finally have found it. Soon the rage shall end. Soon I may repair the wrong I did and cleanse my failures. Now all I need to do is retrieve the necessary ingredients to create the artifact. The blood of the purest heart mixed with the blood of a king. To find such rare ingredients is not what worries me the most, for time is on my side. It's the last part that worries me. Pure essence of garlic. I'm afraid it will literally hurt like hell when I drink the antidote. But if that's the price to pay to cleanse my soul and correct my mistakes, I'm ready to endure this excruciating pain. Wowsies.
Blood of a pure heart, garlic, blood of a king. I don't understand. Perhaps this is what McCullum drank. I had better keep that in mind.
Yes. What is that? Pinned note. Evidence safe. Until further notice, the safe will be used to store sensitive materials. It must always be locked. If you need to access it, let me find when the key is bloody. Remember, bring it back to me when it's done.
I should find the key to that box.
This box?
It's locked.
What about this? Read that note. The Vampire Knight. Oh. Alright, so this one I'm going to pause for. Read it. And I'll go over it. I've been reading a lot so far. And my throat kind of hurts. Okay, so this details basically how old William Marshall is. He's over 1,000 years old, essentially. Good chance, my theory that he's my maker is very possible for being a vampire of that age. At some point, St. Paul actually had an interview with him, and they discussed something about a book in a specific library, specific book in their library. And eventually, this person called Lady Blackwood assisted Blackwood in acquiring his old castle and all these other things and yada yada. That's basically all it was. Cool. This is all cool. In the box? What you got in that box? What you got in this box? Can I go in there? Find the safe's key. I will try. Can I go in here? Like this? Is this fine? Oh, my
Edgar.
boy!
Edgar, can you hear me?
Jonathan.
The hardest
Is
of
it really
choices
you?
over here.
Easy. Easy. Save your strength. I'm getting you out of here.
don't try to spare me. As a physician, I know all too well when it's too late. Punctured lung, broken ribs, and internal bleeding. An accurate diagnosis, wouldn't you say?
Edgar,
Oh.
what happened?
They wanted me to confess. Beat me black and blue.
Jeffrey McCullum ambushed me at the Pembroke Hospital.
Yeah,
He
bud.
was convinced you and I were responsible for the Skull epidemic.
I never imagined that self-righteous fanatic would dare to attack us in the open. What became of him?
To prove him wrong, I let him go.
Really? You sure that was the wisest course of action?
Time will tell. The most intriguing part of his accusation was that you and I were the pawns of some ancient vampire.
William Marshall. Yes, they tortured me to make me confess the same nonsense.
Edgar. You
I
are
think you're
hiding something.
something, Edgar.
What do you mean?
William Marshall, for example. You speak of him as if you know him. How is that?
Jonathan, I cannot say I'm ready for another round of questions.
Why would the Guard of Priwen believe you and I created the vampire epidemic?
Huh?
Maybe due to our profession. Because I offered you shelter in my hospital.
About William
What
Marshall?
can you tell me about William Marshall?
Not much. History paints the story he was the greatest knight who ever lived. Amongst the immortals, he had a yet greater legend.
Why is Priwen obsessed with him?
Why is the Guard of Priwen so obsessed with him?
He was the only ancient vampire to escape the first great hunt launched by the Guard of Priwen in 1854. They believe he's an evil creature plotting his return.
Because he's mad evil, though.
Why would he deserve
He's not
such a
that evil.
reputation?
I cannot say. The Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole has next to no intelligence on him. All I know is that he's supposed to be the oldest of all the British vampires.
Oh, we all know that's not true. He's like 1,000-year-old.
While investigating the epidemic, I read some of McCullum's findings. I think you have some explaining to do.
You do,
I
Edgar.
have nothing to hide, Jonathan. Nothing at all.
Doris
Do
Fletcher's
you know
real
Doris
name?
Fletcher's real name?
No, I'm afraid not.
Her real name was Doris Jones. She was the daughter of Harriet Jones.
What do you want me to say, Jonathan?
You know what, Edgar? Come on.
Do you remember when we suspected Sean Hampton of killing Harriet Jones?
Yes. The terrible episode that came as a shock to us all.
Harriet Jones faked her own death. When I found her in the sewers, she confessed she wanted everybody to pay for what happened to her.
That woman was extremely bitter, full of hatred and festering anger.
Doris Fletcher got infected.
Doris Fletcher visited her mother at the Pembroke Hospital. That's how she first got infected.
I know nothing about that. Miss Fletcher once came to visit the sick. That is all I know.
No, Edgar, there is more. Doris Fletcher was Harriet Jones's daughter. They exhibited the same symptoms: blind hate and strong physical mutation.
What does this sad story have to do with us?
Do you know where we are?
Do you know where we are? Doris Fletcher's theater. This is where that hateful creature plotted to spread the epidemic across London.
I only briefly met Miss Fletcher once when she visited the Pembroke Hospital. You say it was to see her mother. She seemed like such a sweet and graceful woman.
My point exactly. The disease turned her into a bitter soul, driven by vengeance just like her mother. A symptom of all the infected patients.
Certain diseases are known to produce similar effects. Rabies, for example. And rabies is not the devil at work.
Don't you see the pattern? Come on.
Don't you see the pattern here? The epidemic, the link between Doris and Harriet, the suspicion of McCullum.
How could I? I never saw Harriet Jones again after she fled the hospital.
This is no
Doris
coincidence.
and Harriet shared more than a hidden family bond. They were the embodiment of the epidemic and are linked to the Pembroke Hospital. Come on, Edgar, this is no coincidence.
I swear I'm at a complete loss. All I did was administer vampire blood to cure old Harriet. There was no evil plan, no diabolical plot.
You did what?
I tested the regenerating and healing properties of vampire blood on Harriet Jones. My only intention was to find the cure for influenza, I swear.
Whose blood did you use? William Marshall's? Mine?
Lady Ashbury's. While transfusing her with human blood, humanely appeasing her hunger, I also kept samples of her blood for my research.
You used her blood on Harriet Jones? My God, Edgar, that's unethical. You betrayed 2 of your patients at the same time.
I made a mistake.
The voice didn't match the acting.
But what is science if not trial and error? We both know it, Jonathan, we both know it.
What a poor justification for your morbid fascination and thirst for glory.
You have worked beside me. You saw what I'm doing at Pembroke Hospital. Jonathan, you know I'm not an evil soul. Just another victim of this tragedy.
So, as with so long ago with my girl, Dorothy, I learned some things after the fact. 1, my boy here, very unique among everyone in the game. Every character has hints you can learn about them, if you have the ability to, at one point, embrace them. All but one, Edgar. Edgar doesn't tell you what hints you successfully received or failed until after this decision is made. So, right now, I successfully have 1. The other 2 of the 3 give you 3,000 experience each for this embrace here. The third one I just got, and that is, this is no coincidence, i.e. the step right before this decision maker. Basically the thing that pushes the conversation to Edgar revealing all he's done. Okay, and you get 0 for that. It does not make you just naturally get it. So the other 2 hints you also receive not during any main scenario quest, but whenever there's been a exclamation point on the map. During 2 of those roughly 5 or 6 conversations I've had throughout playing this game, in one of the dialogue choices I eventually made that I didn't think had any meaning, actually do have hints attached to them. And they're like 1 of 2. Most times when you see these things, to get a hint out of a civilian, 2 of them will give you the hint, usually the top 2. Most of the time, this bottom one will actually force your hand into losing it. Not all the time, but for most cases is usually top 2 give you hint, bottom 1 you fail it. Edgar only has one choice, and it's always in a different place. And by always, I mean it appears twice. And it's not one time it's down here, and I think one time it's this one. So yeah. You have the choice of letting him die, which will hurt the community that he's from, Pembroke, the hardest of all pillar loss. Basically, Pembroke will always be in the serious condition forever if he dies. This is true for both Embracing, but the only benefit here is I would get experience. This one, he just dies, and Pembroke is hurt. Serious condition, basically, if any one of the characters die for any reason, or if any of them get, like, say, 3 or 4 or 5 of them get sick, that could put the whole district into hostile. And hostile? Why am I saying hostile? Hostile? Huh. Basically turn them all aggressive. Like the worst condition. Basically, districts die at that point. The streets are filled with monsters. Monsters just kill everybody. Like, everyone in a district dies if it ever gets to the lowest point that a district can get. And that's like below 40 or 40% or some nonsense. Yeah, so I would have to basically babysit that entire place. Make sure I wouldn't be able to advance days willy-nilly. Right now it's sanitized, so it's fine if it does drop, but it would be a management thing if I want to sleep or do anything else. Turning him into a vampire, although it doesn't do anything negative to the story, he doesn't learn his lesson. He goes from experimenting on people to himself, and he has access to blood, but he won't confirm if he feeds on people. If he does feed on people, I mean, he might drain them. I don't know. Feeding doesn't necessarily kill enemies. It can. Just biting, i.e. I've done it through experience and leveling. But it keeps them alive. It doesn't have any negative effects. All the citizens will still live there. It can still manage being sanitized. But he doesn't change as a person. He doesn't learn. But is he a bad person? Can he handle that? I know Ashbury isn't happy about this decision. Ashbury is happy about this decision. But to get the best ending is just not feeding on anybody. This is a surface level decision. It's about what you want and what you feel is right. I don't know what he would do in the future. It is a curse. But if his mind is powerful enough and he understands the gravitas of his decisions and choices down the line, or if there's ever a sequel, I'm sure one of the answers, one of the choices that do carry over to a sequel, if there is ever one, yeah, he probably will be a vampire. Probably a corrupted vampire down the line. I don't know. But 3,000 experience is a lot. It is what it is, guys. Doesn't really matter. I don't want to do this morally because it's gross. But he's a pillar, and I don't want to babysit. I don't want everyone to be in danger of horribly dying. So, let us turn Swansea.
No, Edgar, you are not going to die. Unless you want to.
What do you mean?
I can save you, Edgar. I can turn your broken body into one like mine.
You truly would? After all I've done, after all that's been said, you would offer me this gift?
I have no way of knowing which punishment would be worse, Edgar. But it is not for me to decide. So?
Oh, please, Jonathan, please. I beg you. This is what I've always wanted. This is what I've always searched for.
Very well, then. Prepare to die and be reborn. To face an eternity of guilt.
I'm ready. Oh, indeed, I am ready.
Enough!
Live by your decisions. It's always building to deaths. And there's the hints. Patient 0. Prepare to fight the disaster. I am on chapter fucking 6. I hope this works out. Old love letter. My most exquisite friend. My most exquisite friend, everything is now ready for our journey to France. We'll leave for Dover on the 17th, and we'll spend the whole summer in Paris. I can't wait to taste all the delicate flavors that wonderful city has to offer. I can't wait to try them all. Music, food, theater, agriculture. Architecture. Perfumes, fashion, Inu. Oh, what a delight it will be. I already wrote to some of my good artist friends who will be as delighted as me to see you on the stage in the French theater. Edmond Haraston should be there. I know you like his work very much, and I count on him to introduce us to the magnificent Sarah Bernard. That would be the greatest achievement of this January journey. I can't wait to hold you again in my arms, my sweetest delight, and drink again the source of your divine talent, your devoted Shaolin. Alright, so. Damn, this fucking boy right here. Let me tell you what. Swansea, you're a bastard. You made the disease. That's all I'm saying. You made the disease. You did it. Now, where's the fucking safe key? You know what I'm saying? Big loop-de-loop then pull. I just, you know, you think you know a person. Admittedly, yeah, this whole Scal thing is his fault, but like, essentially, Harriet is the contagion. It probably stems from, let me see here. Who's yelling this? Oh, him? Is it you guys holding the key? Is it? Ah.
I can now open the box.
Yay. This is very important. I cannot read whatever this is. So once I open it, that's it. I can't read anything. I'm not even gonna bother looking at my items, kind of thing. I will deliver it, and then that will be it. Which I think I will do right before I end this collaboration. It'll be a longish episode.
If I should read this.
Don't worry. You won't. So let me actually pause, and I'm just gonna jump right to him. If anything interesting happens, I'll unpause, but I'll see you there.
Gave her vampire blood.
Pa-pa-da-pa-pa-pa.
I must tell Elizabeth.
Basically, he just said Harriet became the original carrier when Edgar gave her the vampire blood. That's all. Okie dokie, we're back. We're handing off this to my mans here. Hey.
Good evening, Jonathan Reed. Can I help you in any way?
I found your stolen notebook.
I found your notebook.
So did you know you could do this? Did you know you could do this? Because I started the thingy. I could read this, get the hint. Let's see what it actually says. The cards worry me, for they keep announcing the coming of a in peace. But the trouble change. Something terrible's going on. Many things. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Oh. Oh. Maybe nothing of real importance.
I can't The one the guard of Priwen stole from you.
And you've brought it back to me. That's excellent news, Jonathan. Were you able to keep yourself from reading it?
No.
Ah!
If Pandora herself...
What? Alright, pause. Okay. So, yeah, you can read stuff when you're in conversations, as I just did, and freaked out and was like, no! So, I'm able to get the hint, like, read it while handing it to him kind of thing. Hopefully it's not broken, otherwise I'll just have to make a weird cut again, but...
Good evening, Jonathan Reed. Can I help you in any way?
Here's your book.
I found your notebook. The one the guard of Priwen stole from you.
And you've brought it back to me. That's excellent
Yep.
news, Jonathan. Were you able to keep yourself from reading it?
Yes.
Haha! See now. Neener, neener, neener. I had to wait until he said yes. And I believe I can still read it. Boop.
I give it back to you untouched.
Then, my friend, you deserve a little something to reward your... Please.
My cake.
With my gratitude.
And I'm eating it too.
I can't answer you, Jonathan, since you chose not to open it.
My cake. I have it too, so that's what I was supposed to do. So, yeah. Da-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
Have you any news concerning Aloysius Dawson?
You unburdened his heart and cleared his mind. A most elegant solution, I must say, Jonathan.
Thank you. So, I got those things, boy. Are you a vampire?
Tell me the truth, Usher. Are you a vampire?
By the stole, you really thought you could force Usher Talltree to yield to your little mind tricks like an oblivious mortal?
Why can't I force you to answer me then?
I'm the primate of St. Paul's Stole. It comes with certain advantages, like accessing the greatest library in the country and avoiding answering certain questions.
So you are a vampire?
Are you or are you not a vampire?
As a brilliant man once said, to be unambiguous can only be to one's own detriment.
Cool. But yeah, this guy's a vampire.
Goodbye, sir. Until we meet
He's a
again.
I
vampire.
rarely wander, yet it amuses me to converse with your kind. Cards never lie, but they are never easy to
Dun,
read.
dun, 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 dun. Investigation succeeded. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Asher Strong with Midlife Gamers. If you like any of the content we're producing and all these zany cuts and edits and wackadoo outcomes, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Check out our Facebook page and our Twitch channel where I stream semi-regularly, at least weekly. And I'll catch you next time for the evil playthrough. Hey everyone, here's some videos you may enjoy, and while you're at it, hit that subscribe button. You can also find us at our Twitch channel, MLG Podcast. Again, me and Corey thank all of you, and we'll catch you later. Pew, 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 pew.